Hello, strangelings. Welcome back to the parlor. So today I wanted to talk about something deeply personal. Of course, some of you are going to be like, ugh, when did I not talk about things that are deeply personal? Those of you who personally know me, of course, have heard me say at least once that as a early childhood abuse survivor, I kind of had to take my mental healing into my own hands. Now, I don't advocate for just cutting out the middleman with therapy altogether. I definitely think anyone who feels dysregulated and unbalanced should actually every so often check in with a third-party view. I do. Yes, of course, most people consider that traditional therapy, but even if that's a friend who has some idea of, psychological intelligence, emotional intelligence especially, for sure. But one of the blessings of, unfortunately, not having the resources and not having the appropriate authorities ensure the resources to be able to do the things needed to be done to actually fix my psychology. The one bright shining star was that there were some therapists who throughout the years saw the pattern. And the first therapist to actually see the pattern based on what had happened to be my mental health and the court documents that were being ignored was actually my second therapist. And thankfully, this gentleman, I wish I knew who he was. I wish I could remember to this day who he was. I wish I could thank him because of the fact that he set me on to some alternative therapies that he believed might help. And today, I wanted to talk about one of those therapies. The biggest one I use. Now, I use this in combination with just about any other therapy I do for myself. This would be music therapy. Now, for those of you in the know, of course, you know what I'm going to say. But for those of you who are not, music therapy goes as this. You are in a particular mood. Say your negative inner voice has won the day for 90% of your day and you're only halfway through. Well, then what you do is you have a list of songs that you have harvested from whatever media source you use for your music. These songs help to convey the emotion you want to feel, the state of mind you want to be in. That's your music therapy. You listen to these songs, and as you listen to these songs, you absorb, at least subconsciously, try to absorb what these songs are telling you. And of course, if these are songs that you listen to literally all the time, well then you're gonna already know. As soon as that beat hits, your brain is gonna start going back into that emotion you feel most of the times, or that time when you found it, or so on and so forth. If, say, you are in a low mood, a blue mood, you are depressed as hell, and you want to be happy, and you've cultivated this list of songs that make you happy, and you're listening to it, the more you do, even if there's a song on there that you were feeling the lowest of the low at the time you found it, amongst the rest of those happy songs, that memory will be turned into a more joyous one too. At least the memory of the song itself, even if it is not the event that caused you to feel sad while you heard it. But as you continue to do this, you then start to tune the things in your brain to realize certain things. Now, of course, me, I suffered from chameleon disorder most of my childhood. And I say suffered from specifically. By the time I was 16, I finally started to create my own personality. And I started to suffer from it less. And now, of course, at this point in my life, I no longer suffer from chameleon disorder. I can actually use it to my advantage from time to time as well. Especially when I go into rooms where normally someone who grew up in poverty like me would not be accepted. Such as, obviously, during my caucusing days way back when in Iowa. You know, those kinds of situations. When I was in the room when it came to my niece's modeling classes, when I had to, you know, don the persona of the no nonsense, you're not gonna F my girl kind of, yeah, air about me, you know? So I achieved much of that. And yes, guys, just in case you're wondering, I did just make a weird sound instead of saying fuck with. Sometimes I self-censor and it literally will sound like I just went through a censor machine. Kind of weird that way, I guess. Anyway. So yeah, I would never have been able to achieve the ability to walk in every space with confidence, even if that negative inner voice is having a heyday right now. If it wasn't for the fact that I was able to actually take the therapist's words into consideration and learn how to harness my subconscious with the music I choose to play at particular times, especially when I'm having a bad mental day and I feel like I need that boost. That was just a stutter because I couldn't quite say the word right. Anyhow, but as I said before, I also use it a lot in tandem with other therapies. Now, of course, I will talk to you guys about the other therapies down the line. I just wanted to get this one in just, you know, because this is one I've been wanting to do for a while. And I kid you not, guys. Okay, so I have notes for myself for videos to make and things I need to do on WhatsApp. And I have at least 2, if not, there might be up to 5 notes about doing music therapy as a video. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about that, especially since how it has been such a useful thing for me. Now, of course, everyone's a little different. I am severely dyslexic. I am severely ambidextrous, not in my writing, but in the way my brain works. And I've got a few other strange things going for me. So, of course, what works for me is not going to work for everybody. But music therapy is actually one of those therapies that they have found to work for almost every single person. Now, of course, you're going to say, well, someone will say, I'm sure, that it won't work for a deaf person. But you'd be wrong because, of course, you are thinking of music in the wrong way. You should be thinking of music as vibrations. Deaf people also enjoy music. They enjoy percussive music more than, say, woods and strings and winds. They enjoy the bass of music. And they are the only real reason that I want to get a really good bass system for my car, because I personally like a very even mix. All right, enough of my rambling, guys. I am gonna get out of here. This one's been a pretty short one. And so, yeah. Don't forget, though, guys, doesn't matter who you are, I love you. Take care of each other, and I'll see you guys in the next video.